Hard work is why former athletes fail as CEOs. If you're working harder than ever, putting in more hours, carrying more weight, and somehow everything still runs through you, that's not a growth phase. That's a ceiling you built with effort. Let me explain why. If you played sports at a high level, you were trained on a single equation from the time you were a kid. Input equals output. If you wanted to start, you stayed late after practice. If you wanted to win state, you ran more sprints. If you wanted to go pro, you outworked everyone in the room. And that equation worked. It made you disciplined. It made you dangerous. It made you elite. But here's the hard truth. No one told you. That exact same mindset is why a lot of former athletes fail as CEOs. Because business does not reward effort the way sports does. You want the ball in your hands of the best player. You step up, you take the shot, you carry the team. Sometimes that's what wins the game. But in business, when you put the team on your back, you don't become the hero, you become the bottleneck. Most of you are still running your company like you're the point guard. You're taking the shots, you're calling the plays, and you're fixing the mistakes. And you justify it with lines like, it's faster if I just do it myself. Nobody does it as well as I do. I delegate it later once things calm down. But here's the reality. If revenue depends on your effort, you don't own a business. You own a high-paying job you can never quit. I was a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. On paper, everything looked incredible. Big clients, big team, global business. I flew from Pennsylvania back to Indiana for the holidays one year. First real time home in a long time. I took a full week off to be with family and friends. But everywhere I went, it was the same pattern. I'd show up, take a few minutes, talk, and then I'd open up my laptop. Hundreds of emails, client issues, projects waiting on me. I told myself, this is leadership. I'm the CEO. I have to be responsible. Then I overheard a friend say to my wife, man, job sounds really cool, but Matt's not even here. And my wife said, yeah, try being a CEO's wife. And then that's when it clicked. I didn't take time off. I just moved my office to Indiana. Nothing was wrong with my work ethic. What was wrong was the business. I only worked when I was attached to it. I didn't build systems, I built dependencies. And that's when I knew this wasn't sustainable. There's a reason professional teams don't rely on one player to win the whole championship, because effort doesn't scale. Systems do. You can't outwork complexities. You can't hustle your way past structure. And yet, former athletes keep trying, just like I did. You grind harder, you sleep less, you carry more, and instead of the business getting lighter, it gets heavier. Not because you're lazy, because you're using the wrong tool. Hard work built your discipline, but discipline without leverage just creates exhaustion. Here's where it gets dangerous. Athletes are conditioned to associate stress with progress. Noise means the game matters. Pressure means you're in it. Exhaustion means you gave everything you had. So when business feels chaotic, fires, urgency, late nights, we interpret that as a forward motion. But in business, chaos usually means one thing: there's no systems. Quiet operations scare former athletes because quiet feels like you're not earning it. So you create movement, you insert yourself, you stir things up, and without realizing it, you train your company to rely on your presence instead of your design. Let's talk about burnout. If you tore your ACL tomorrow, would you sprint on it the next day? Of course not. You'd rest, you'd rehab, you'd listen to professionals. Your body was the asset. So why do you treat your brain like it's invincible? Burnout isn't weakness, it's an overuse injury. And when you're burned out, you're not just tired, you're mentally impaired. You're making six-figure decisions with a decision-making capacity of someone who hasn't slept. That's not toughness, that's liability. If you want to scale, you have to move from player to general manager of the team. And the GM doesn't touch the ball. The GM builds the roster, designs the system, creates conditions where the team wins without him, on the court or on the field. If you're sweating at the end of every day, you're probably playing the wrong position. Your job isn't to prove how hard you can work. You've already proved that. Your job is to build something that works without you. If this hits close to home, good. that means you're not broken. You're just playing the wrong game. You don't need more motivation. You need a different strategy. If you want help translating your athletic drive into a business that scales without burning out, check the link below. Stop grinding, start leading. Hey everybody, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's a huge, huge help. We appreciate your support.